guys, welcome back to my channel. So in yesterday's video we chatted a little bit about books that mention or refer to science but aren't sci-fi, and so I made a list. I went on listchallenges.com and I compiled my own list. So I'm going to put the link down below so you can go check it out on List Challenges. Take the quiz yourself if you want to do that over here, but we're also going to go through it here because why not? It's a Vlogmas. It's the most wonderful time of the day. There will be book lists we're showing and copies we're holding and games that we'll play. It's the most wonderful time of the day. Today's December 23rd and my voice has been like this since the very first Vlogmas jingle back on December 1st. So maybe that's a trademark this year. In any case, here's the challenge. I'm going to go through the 62 titles very quickly. Just going to mention them so we won't chat a lot about them. And here's a website. So I didn't take the quiz myself. I made this list. Not all the books are books that I have read, so I included books that I have heard about. And so I think they're not sci-fi, well, most of them anyway, but they're science-y titles. That's why the list has this title. Science-y titles that aren't sci-fi. So if you've read these books and you want to correct me that these books are indeed sci-fi, I think there are a few of them on here that are sci-fi actually. But if you want to correct me, or better yet, if you have other titles to add to this list that I didn't mention, that I didn't include here, I could always update the list. I could publish a part 2 to this list and include those titles. So go ahead, feel free, leave it in the comments down below. Other titles that you think should be included here that aren't mentioned. So yeah, let's take the quiz together. On for today's Vlogmas challenge, science-y titles that aren't sci-fi. Here we go. Ada Twist, the Scientist, kids book. The Alchemist, Paulo Coelho. The Antidote for Everything, Kimmery Martin. Astrophysics for People in a Hurry by Neil deGrasse Tyson. Love his voice. A Beautiful Mind by Sylvia Nassar, which I have read. Let me see. On the first line, the only book I've read from there is Alchemist. Then we have Below Zero by Ali Hazelwood. I think this is a science or STEM, women in STEM kind of novella series. Below Zero by Ali Hazelwood. The Bride Test by Helen Huang, which I have read. Chain Reaction by Simone Elkeles, I have not read. Chemistry by Wiki Wang, I have read. I really enjoyed. It's actually the book that inspired this love. The Chemistry of Death by Simon Beckett, no for me. The Circle by Dave Eggers, I have not read. A Close and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers, I haven't read. Code Girls by Liza Mundy, I haven't yet read. Sad face. Conjure Women by Afia Atakora, I haven't read. Summer Falls, Doctor Who series, I haven't read. James Goss's book. The Emperor of All Maladies by Siddhartha Mukherjee, a biography on cancer, I want to read but haven't read yet. Encyclopedia Brown Boy Detective by Donald J. Sobel, I've only read the first and second book in the series. More on that, hopefully, coming at some point. Godel Escher Bash, An Eternal Golden Braid, Hofstadter, I haven't read. The Heart of Henry Quantum, I have read. Pepper Harding, this is another book that inspired this series. It's a book that I read because of the title, didn't love the book as much, but really enjoyed the title and wanted to read other books like this. So yeah, this is one of the books that started this whole thing. Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly, I haven't read. I should have read it by now. Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. Honey Girl doesn't seem like it has a science-y title, but the main character, I think, is a scientist. So it kind of fits in the category, right? The Host by Stephanie Meyer, I haven't read. I, Robot, Isaac Asimov, I haven't read. I think this is sci-fi. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Idiots by Elif Batuman, I have not read. Iggy Peck, Architect, no for me. The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot, no for me. The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang and Lab Girl by Hope Jaron, I have read. Lessons in Chemistry on my TBR, you saw I just got a copy yesterday. Bonnie Garmus's novel. Liberty by Caitlin Greenidge, I haven't read. Little Gods by Ming Jin, I have read, and The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, I have not read. The Martian, Andy Weir, I haven't read. But I did watch the movie. The Most Magnificent Thing by Ashley Spires, I have not read. The Other Einstein by Marie Benedict, I have read. Perfect Chemistry by Simone Alcalis, I have not read. Prodigal Summer by Barbara Kingsolver, I have not read. Recursion by Blake Crouch, no for me. Rosie Revere, Engineer, no for me. Rules of Attraction, no for me. Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel, I haven't read. The Siren of Mars, I have read. The Soulmate Equation by Christina Loren, I haven't read. Robin Sloan, Sourdough, I have not read, but I'm actually pretty intrigued by that synopsis. Special Topics in Calamity Physics, I have not read, but I do own a copy and should probably read it pretty soon. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco, I have not read. State of Wonder by Anne Patchett, no, I haven't gotten to that yet. Station 11, Emily St. John Mandel, I haven't read. Still Here by Lara Vapner, I have read. This is about some Russian friends. They're friends in Russia and they moved to the United States. They're living in New York City, and one of them comes up with this idea for an app that continues to upload status updates even after someone dies. The book was really interesting as a concept. Haven't read anything else by this author though, but I recommend it if you want to check it out. If you're interested in that kind of thing, computer kind of geekdom, read that book. Stuck With You by Ali Hazelwood, I haven't read. A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki, I have read, I love, continue to highly recommend to everyone who will listen and even those who won't. The 10th Muse by Catherine Chung, I have not read. The Tesla Legacy by KK Perez, I read. This was recommended to me by Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany. She gives awesome recommendations, so go check out her channel if you haven't yet watched any of her videos. I'll link her down below. Hi Bethany. The Tesla Legacy by Robert J. Barrett, another Tesla Legacy title, and this one is a little bit different, and I haven't read it, but the synopsis sounds pretty intriguing. So I think these are two books that I could read together. Like if you ever did one of those challenges where you had to read two books that had the same title, this would be a great option, because the Tesla Legacy by KK Perez is YA and it reads really fast, and I'm not sure about the one by Barrett, but it might be interesting to read them alongside each other. Just kind of, see similarities and differences. Thunderstruck by Eric Larson, I have read that with the ladies, the buddy readers, and love it. We are big Eric Larson fans. Do they say you stan Eric Larson? Is that what the cool kids say? Transcendent Kingdom by Ya Jesse, I included here because the main character is a researcher, and yeah, I thought it would fit in this category. The Trouble with Hating You by Sachini Patel, I have not read. Uncanny Valley by Anna Wiener, I have read. This is about a computer. Is she a computer programmer? This is about life in Silicon Valley. It's a memoir, but I did it here. When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandia Menon. Sandia Menon? Am I pronouncing that right? I hope so. This is about a character who is intent on following her passion to be a computer programmer, I think. And, the family wants her to do other things. Haven't read the book, but I'm pretty intrigued. If I was really intrigued, I would have read it by now. I have so many books on the TBR. One day I'll get to When Dimple Met Rishi and we'll chat. We'll chat about it. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Like the fact that the main character in here is kind of an autodidact when it comes to nature study and biology, marine biology specifically. And yeah, there are a lot of things that I like about that book. As the months and years go by, I'm not sure that I love the book as much as I did when I read it, but it fits in this category. Two more titles: Rebecca Cantrell's The World Beneath, and this is a Joe Tesla novel. Haven't read it. And Year of Wonders by Geraldine Brooks. Haven't read. So those were 62 titles, and of the 62 titles mentioned here, I've only read 19 of them, and a few of them are books that I want to read. But let me know in the comments down below what your score was, but more importantly, let me know if you have other titles that you think should be included in this list, because I'm always looking for a reason to pick up books, always looking for a reason to pick up books. And like I said, I'm really attracted to science in books that aren't necessarily just sci-fi. So if you have other titles that you think should be included in this list, please let me know here down below so we can add them. Would love to update this list, would love to make it a huge resource for me and for other people like me who like science-y books but don't necessarily read a lot of science fiction. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. We'll be back soon with another one. Not sure when it will be, if it will be tomorrow, because you know we're entering into the Christmas weekend, and so just in case there's no video tomorrow, don't be mad at me, but whether we come back tomorrow or another time, I hope you'll join me for future videos, and I just want to wish you and your family and all your loved ones a happy holidays. If you're celebrating Hanukkah or Christmas or Kwanzaa, enjoy everything that you're celebrating. If you're just celebrating life, that's the reason to celebrate, and I hope you enjoy every moment of it. Thank you so much for being here. Happy holidays to you and your family. Until next time, bye. Happy reading.